Welcome to the deep dive. You've shared your sources, and we are ready to turn that stack of research into, well, some pure, actionable insight.
Exactly. And today, we're really immersing ourselves in this idea of intentional travel.
Right. Our focus is this invitation-only family wellness retreat. It's all centered around conscious living, and it was time for the final super full moon of 2025.
And the location, the Prana Maya Island Resort in Belize. Stunning.
So this isn't just about a beautiful place, though. Our mission for this deep dive is to really extract the specifics of how a space gets curated for healing.
Mm-hmm. And who goes to something like this? What's the synthesis of, the luxury of the culture and those personal aha moments that the source material talks so much about?
Okay, so let's get into it, because the way it started was so unusual. The invitation was apparently incredibly casual.
Yeah, Josh met Mara from Mar Acupuncture. She was a neighbor to his office, and that was it. No big formal thing.
And the sources really stressed that the first step, the first piece of the medicine, was just surrendering to not knowing anything.
That's it. That's the key. They had zero idea who would be there, what the itinerary was. And for people who are, used to planning every minute.
That's the real challenge.
It is. That release of control becomes the first conscious act.
Yeah.
You have to let go to let the new stuff in.
And the travel itself sounds like it reflected that sort of chaotic surrender.
Oh, completely. They booked flights only 2 weeks beforehand. You land in Belize, then you've got this long 2.5-hour shuttle to a town called Placencia.
And there's that amazing little detail about the roads.
Get this right. Belize roads have no formal speed limit.
That sounds fast.
But they are just littered with countless speed bumps. So the country is literally physically forcing you to slow down one bump at a time.
That is the perfect metaphor.
It's an involuntary transition, from hustle mode to island time. And then the final leg of the journey, a small boat ride.
At night.
At night, with this almost full moon rising over the water, lighting the path right to the dock. That arrival is just, it's engineered for awe.
So you're already in a different state of mind before you even step on the island.
Exactly. And once you do, the focus shifts right to the design of the resort. The source material calls Prana Maya curated, not just built.
What does that mean in practice?
It means everything. The architecture, the lighting, the materials they chose, the furniture, even where they planted things, everything had a purpose.
And it took a long time to build, right?
4 years. 4 years for a small island resort. That just tells you the level of intention.
So who's the mind behind all this?
The owner, a man named Steve.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a profoundly successful entrepreneur. The sources say he has 144 businesses.
Whoa, hang on. 144.
Yeah, 144.
On the surface, that sounds like the definition of hustle culture. How does that square with creating a calm spiritual sanctuary?
That's the fascinating part, isn't it? The number actually speaks to his ability to generate, extreme resources. And for this project, the resources weren't focused on a quick return on investment.
So it wasn't a commercial venture in the typical sense?
Not at all. It was a mission. He channeled all that capital into perfecting the sanctuary's frequency. He wanted a space where healing and these high-frequency experiences could exist alongside total luxury and nature without cutting any corners.
So the scale of his success is what allowed for this level of non-commercial perfection. That makes sense.
And that level of intention really brings us to the theme of the whole trip. If you had to boil it down to one word, the author chose awakened.
And that just clicked into place, didn't it?
Perfectly. It was total synchronicity. Sid mentioned at dinner that his personal mission is to awaken people. And they also realized this lined up exactly with their own purpose, according to the Gene Keys.
Which is what exactly?
To initiate others into awakening. So they were in the perfect place to first feel that realization in their own selves.
The resort became the crucible for that to happen. And I love how the source material blends that high-minded spiritual goal with the messy reality of being there with kids.
Yes, the goal is presence. But with toddlers, presence is often just negotiating for a snack.
Been there.
Totally. So there's this amazing story. Josh wakes up at 5:30 in the morning for a sunrise paddleboard session with Bray, the yoga instructor, and Mara.
Sounds incredible.
Oh, it's the perfect scene. The moon is setting on one side of the island. The sun is rising on the other. It's like the peak high-frequency moment.
Oh.
But the reality check hits right away. The author was dead serious about asking if they could bring the girls along in tiny life jackets.
I love that.
And that's the real practice, isn't it? That tension, the desire for your own spiritual moment colliding with your duties as a parent. That's where the real awakening happens.
Let's shift a bit to nourishment. The food was also treated as a very intentional act, not just catering.
A total celebration of freshness. I mean, handmade breads, jams, sauces, mountains of fresh local fruit, and these herbal teas all day long.
They mentioned hibiscus tea specifically.
Every single morning, which is known for being, cleansing and full of antioxidants, a deliberate choice.
And I love that the source connects the luxury of it all back to regenerative farming.
With Dr. Cowan's garden products. These super nutrient-dense powders are just seamlessly integrated into every single meal.
So the luxury isn't separate from conscious sourcing, it's enhanced by it.
100%. And that integration was everywhere. The yoga with Bray became a family practice, which basically means toddlers wandering across your mat.
Your own personal tiny Zen masters testing your patience.
Exactly. And then the tea ceremonies, they shifted the focus entirely. The question wasn't, what do you do? Like, for a job.
It was.
Who are you becoming?
Wow. That's a powerful reframe.
It is. And the author's answer was so clear. To be emotionally grounded, loving, authentic, and aligned. The ceremony is a prompt for you to consciously choose your evolving self.
And when you get a group of people like that together, influencers, visionaries, the energy must have been something else?
It was. But the source makes a point of saying they were all incredibly grounded, humble. It wasn't performative wellness.
No ego.
None. It was about deep alignment and resonance, not networking. Everyone was there to just be, not to sell something.
And that deep internal alignment was then contrasted with this really cool cultural immersion, the Garifuna dance experience.
The Garifuna are an Afro-Caribbean people from Belize. And this was like an embodied history lesson.
So not just learning dance steps.
Not at all. Every single movement was tied to daily life. Picking fruit, harvesting crops, carrying baskets on their heads. It's a living story, not a routine.
And the drummers were responding in real time.
Yes, it was this incredible call and response between the drummers and the dancers.
Yeah.
A constant conversation. And the author's dance partner actually smiled and said, "You are Garifuna now."
Acknowledging that they had moved from just watching to actually participating.
Exactly. True immersion.
And then they went from the coast into the jungle.
To the organic farm, which was another living lesson. This time in regenerative agriculture, tying their food right back to the soil. The girls were just fearless, paddling in the streams.
And they found a hidden waterfall.
That became the sacred pause, a reminder of the connection between the land, water, and life.
Which brings us to the core aha moment of the whole trip. It happened on the last day, and it was all about water.
It really was. The author was having this special sea and soul massage with copal oil.
What's copal?
It's a sacred resin, sometimes called Mexican frankincense. It's used in Mayan ceremonies for purification, for connecting to spirit. So the intention was already set.
Okay.
But here's where it all comes together. The name of the massage room was Aha, apostrophe.
Aha. As in an aha moment.
That's what you'd think. But the author learned later that aha means water in Mayan.
Oh, wow.
And this immediately connected back to something that happened earlier. The author's water bottle had leaked and totally soaked a bunch of their books.
A simple, annoying accident.
Or so they thought. Suddenly, that mundane inconvenience had this profound meaning.
So what was the final realization? The leaky bottle, the copal, the name aha. What did it all distill down to?
The clarity came right then, on the massage table. That water isn't just for hydration. It's an element to work with consciously.
Yeah.
It's a cleanser, sure, but it's also a memory holder, a transmitter, an initiator of change.
It was everywhere. The boat ride in, the streams in the jungle, and now in this healing room.
It was a full circle moment. The element had been trying to get their attention the whole time, even when it was inconvenient.
And that led to another really quiet, powerful moment, right, with her daughter.
Yes. After a sound bath, the author and her daughter Nova took a kayak out together. Just two of them.
Man.
And it was just quiet awe, shared presence, no big discussion, just being in the same rhythm. It proved the transformation wasn't just some intellectual idea. It was felt, even by the kids.
So to wrap it all up, they had a final cacao ceremony.
Led by Chef Anthony and Dr. Lyra Spang.
Yeah.
Again, this wasn't just drinking hot chocolate. It was a full sensory ritual.
They went through the whole process.
The whole thing. Opening the cacao pods, tasting the raw seeds inside, then the roasted beans, and only then the warm drink. And Nova, the little one, was right there, trying everything. Just fearless and curious.
A perfect model for the adults.
Absolutely. And that grounded feeling led right into the final meditation with Mara. It was called the Shen meditation.
What's Shen?
In Chinese medicine, Shen is the spirit that lives in the heart. is what's said to shine out through your eyes.
So the focus was on,
Presence,
yeah,
safety,
yeah,
embodiment.
yeah.
Mara made the point that just to hold eye contact with someone, you have to feel incredibly grounded and safe in your own body.
That really brings the entire theme of the retreat home. Transformation happens when you feel safe enough to be truly present and truly seen.
Exactly. The gratitude at the end was just immense. For Mara's vision, Bree's grounding, and of course Steve's generosity in creating the whole space.
But the real proof,
Oh,
the
man.
evidence that something had fundamentally shifted, that happened on the way home.
Yes. The ultimate stress test. They had what the source calls a travel nightmare.
Long flight
Crying kids.
and the final straw.
A dead car battery waiting for them when they finally got back.
Oh man, the ultimate test for any spiritual high. So how did they react?
And this is the core finding. The author says they stayed truly calm. Not suppressing anger, but genuinely non-reactively calm.
That's the proof.
That's the proof. The shift was realizing that transformation isn't about achieving some state of perfection. It's about being able to hold your presence with your family, with nature, with spirit, even when life is messy and chaotic.
That's incredibly powerful. So for you listening, what's the core insight here? What's the main takeaway from this deep dive?
I think it's that real transformation can be, well, curated, but the currency has to be intention, not just money. It's the blend of that high-end luxury with this meticulous, almost non-commercial intention.
Steve's 144 businesses funding a 4-year passion project.
Right. And you mix that with specific embodied cultural practices, the Garifuna dance, the sacred copal oil, and it all leads to a profound personal realization like the meaning of aha of water.
So it teaches that presence is the ultimate luxury. And it's achievable even when you're hitting speed bumps or your car won't start.
It's about presence, not perfection.
And using that powerful idea of water and resonance, here's a final thought for you to take with you. If water is a memory holder, a transmitter, an initiator, what's the frequency held in the spaces you choose to visit? And that doesn't have to be an island resort. It could just be your kitchen table.
And, maybe more deeply, what knowledge are you allowing to initiate your own awakening? Where do you feel truly seen and truly held? Because that's where the real work always begins.
Until then, stay curious.